Ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome to you all. We are here once again, compelled to be here because of the atrocities and the brutalities done to us by the Métis. So here we are once again. I hope we consider this our second home. Right, we'll be starting right with our program. Just a second. We'll be starting very shortly. But out of the midst, I want to say whatever is going on in currently, recently, is going on in More. The program today is a peaceful sit-in protest organized jointly by the Joint Unnao Delhi Tribal Student Forum, Delhi, Kuki Women Forum, Delhi, and Unnao Tribal Women Forum, Delhi, to protest against gross human rights violation in Manipur. Starting with our program, I'd like to call invocation prayer Reverend S. Gillianmang to have his time on the stage.
Good afternoon. Nabonon Nitapa. Before we pray, let me read a verse from the Bible. Itum nai masangin lai sang tho munkhat talang bawi. Psalm number 143 verse 1. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Give ear to my supplication. In thy faithfulness, answer me, and in thy righteousness. O mangpa katungit na ngai khen len hepia kangit na nabila hingdong in naginum na len di tat na jain hingdongin mangpa athu isim khiat de tan charing gwal zol ta em pasiani inget na ithum na angdong na dingin poimo mama Hosea Bungup Sangkara Hosea chapter 6 verse 1a Bangene hing peun mang bakwa kinwale vai anachia. Come, let us return to the Lord. Ahia. You may seek tens and 100 times, but if we don't return to the Lord may not hear our prayer. Pasian zanang kunchat vai. Mang baka pasian nay na noy te nang mang tangsa. Tuni huna hi zantar montar mun Delhi tia proteste bolthing lai de gossing pangmi te hun lem nang kwat se jen amasain nang ma wangi chi ka gel do ba tupi na lo pin zo sia nang ma ko pe masaw hi tuni huna mang pa o ai lu sia tein ka gamboy naw le mang pa o mata te su gen te kom naw nang man hing thei pia mang pa nang man hing kinwa hei san lawa kangin na teu nang man hing dong dingin na lung sia na le mang pa o na zangai na kangien son son he tuni huna ita muna protest ka bol nawa kang gipat ko ano nagi thua pina kang deyin kang kunwa tua mia abul nang parsama bangin alai jang atop tana nangman himapui tan chin kahut nakhut harin ka kikem sa zo hi tua chang le tune honen san hunte in zong mang pa o more lama kaunau teu thua dan tele hasad dan te ka theiwa tua chang le tu masanga thua te ahi ta in zong to de zo sia mang panang mare pitain ain kon mi te in su mi te nangman hongwan le tua chang le gen thei la hasa te kau namun chapa nangman hingpan pia hat na hingpedingen tunin na suai na keng bul tapa toin kangen hi tua sele pa o tunia ka ki man na zo siao nang ma de lo zong a hi lo na dingin mang pa o ka ham dan ka pau dan le mang pa o ka gam tat dan de zo siao nang man hin ke bit sa hin veng bit sa dingin nang ma khura ki kem sa in ka hun dam pau nazaret jesum nen na kunga kang ngeri.
Check. Now over to Dr. Grace Guitebalte for slogan shouting.
Brothers and sisters, we are one. We are
One.
we are united. We are one. We are united. We are brothers and sisters, it has been 6 months, more than 180 days. The day, May 3rd, 2023. This is the day we will never ever forget in our life. My generation, your generation, the coming generation will never forget 3rd May 2023. Since 3rd May 2023, more than 100 Kuki, Zomi, Mar, Mizo tribals have lost their lives. More than 200 villages have been burned. More than 7,000 tribal villages have been burned and destroyed. More than 40,000 people from the Kuki, Zomi, Mar, Mizo community have been displaced. What is this? This is gross human violations. What is this? Gross human violations. What is this? I stand here today. मैं आज इस मंच पे बोलना चाहती हूँ, दुनिया को बोलना चाहती हूँ कि हम इंसान हैं, we are humans. हम जानवर नहीं हैं, we are not animals. और हम देशवासी हैं, इस महान भारत के देश के नागरिक हैं. And we appeal to the center government. हम विनती करते हैं हमारे केंद्रीय मंत्री, जो हमारे वेरी पावरफुल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया मोदी जी से, हमारे गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी से ये विनती करते हैं कि जो हमारे मानव अधिकारों के उल्लंघन हो रहा है हमारे ट्राइबल्स के खिलाफ, उनको बंद करें. बिकॉज वी बिलीव दैट द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इज वेरी पावरफुल. They have the power to stop the gross human violation against the Kuki, Zomi, Mar, Mizo community. Dear brothers and sisters, we are here to show our solidarity with our people back home in the hilly districts. Now, I ask every one of you to stand up. Let us all stand up to pay our respect to the tribal volunteers who have died, who have lost their lives to defend our land, to defend our villages. 1 minute of silence. We shall overcome. Sing with me. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. Sing loudly. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand all day, all day. Oh, dear. overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand all day. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we'll walk hand in hand all day. Slogan shouting ibol zo adi wo. Ken kha stage stop human violation. Consider no against the tribals. Non sidi wo. Angay thay penin. Stop human rights violations. Stop human rights violations. Stop human rights violations. Next slogan na hile. Ken ka cookies o mi mar mizo. Consider we are one. Non city wo. Cookie zomi mar mizo. We are one. Cookie zomi mar mizo. We are one. Cookie zomi mar mizo. We are one. And next hile, we are united. Cookie zomi mar mizo. We are united. Cookie zomi mar mizo. We are united. Cookie zomi mar mizo. We are united. Tutawalem kipawae. Now over to Nug Lady Vaite.
It's not a very happy moment. Today we gathered here after 6 months of human violations against Kukizo community. 3rd May, we all know it started on 3rd May until today. It's very sad that in front of our great nation, India, within our country, in a state of Manipur, human basic rights are violated. Women have been paraded naked. The video went viral, we all know that. And all the people who violated the rights of all those innocent women of the Kukizo community, all the perpetrators can be identified through the video. We don't need a strong brain. We don't need a strong intelligence. We don't need a strong forces to grab all those men who paraded the women naked, violated, raped. But till now, sadly, those men are left free to continue their crime. One more thing, the bodies of the cookies zone, after 180 days, after half years, the dead bodies of our loved ones are still lying in Imphal Valley. It is not unclaimed bodies. It is those bodies we cannot claim. We cannot access to Imphal Valley. Even our ministers, our representatives, our MLAs of the cookie zones, our government officers, nobody, none, zero from the cookie zone community can enter the Imphal Valley. We want the intervention of the central government, the Home Ministry, to quickly see to it that at least our loved one bodies will be buried with full dignity. They are not the bodies of infiltrators. They are not the bodies of poppy cultivators. They are not the bodies of someone who doesn't belong to this country. they are the bodies of the citizens of a great nation. I appeal to the concerned department, please see to that after 180 days, we are yet to see a loved one being buried. I want to appeal also what happened in More. Our Honorable Home Minister visited our hometown in the beginning of the violence. We all know that. He promised us peace for 15 days in those days. But within 3 days, the Cocaine Village incident happened against Kukizo. One old grandmother praying in the church, was shot and murdered. The innocent boy of 7 years old was burnt inside an ambulance with his relatives. Innocent boy. Till now, no arrest has been made. We can scream and yell and blame each other, point finger at each other, but all of you, including the security forces, I believe you all have families. I believe you all know pain. Today, we are here with agony in our hearts, crying every day, hoping that some good results will come towards us. Day after day, we cannot move forward. We are stuck in the pain that's inflicted on us. And today, at Jantar Mantar, a national capital of India, in New Delhi, we are here to say against gross violation of human rights in Manipur. If a young boy of David Tick beheaded was not against human violations, I don't know what we call human violations. What about Florence and Olivia? Young girls, very promising future, given to the mob in Imphal Valley. Not only raped and killed, their bodies are lying in Imphal. Till today, can all of us get up? We're gonna shout our slogans. Can everybody rise to our feet? Today we're gonna fight with our sweat and with our blood. Say after me, I am a cookie. I am Mizo. I'm Zomi. I am not a terrorist. I'm not illegal immigrant. I'm not a poppy cultivator. My family's dead bodies are in fun. Please hand over to us. It's not unclaimed body. It's a body we cannot claim. Justice for Kukizo. Thank you. You can be seated. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nugladi and Dr. Grace. That's exactly the kind of energy and spitting out the truth when fighting for our rights in all fairness. Moving on, kaye kanam nite hong bubin. Lepon bangchan ki tho hom tao hite. Balbang in nang hom tao hite imilma sutlai khombang do hom taite. And the same intense meaning in Taite, Simte, Vaipe, Mizo, Zo, Mar, Gangte. In order to lead this song, this meaningful song of tribal unity, we call upon Delhi Joint artists.
Hello, 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 sir. Hello, hello, sir. Hello.
di tamlo hai mga kanang mite.
Hello, hello, check.
Hello, Chair. Hello, Chair. Thank you, Delhi Joint Artists, for leading us with a song, and we have many songs will be coming up on this. Among us, there are some prominent figures who are with us, who came out in support of us. I want to thank them. On behalf of all my people, all the cookie jobs, there are humans. I thank you for coming out and supporting against the crime of human right violation. Thank you. Now going over to our next program, we have introductory remarks by convener organizing the stage.
Hello. Namaste. Jika Pha Ale. Namsu. Kampiyo naman. Sibay kan mo masawin. Tu kasi masala. Dagan kasi nomi. Kung kipat ko na ale. Iloy ho tanta in phone bin. Nakichi buhan de akibin le. Kung kichi na ale kung gi changan ni. Aji chu igam le se de. Kiche now kami apa ko na. Government ehi usang win yo ilo as a voice sudang yang alo kita sa yang ki angai tu hi je kan kilon ki ba da kong kilon na boy lan arijit ki da hong kilon le koi information nang utang lechi dion lo wala namat di we le chu Nanti kan bet hong ja hong ge ni na kasi no ji bola ja ka pa kam dia le iki cha lo di ke wang ko all mo yang waiting for my fire na ama yang ko salo ai wa ji ka pa chun phone hi tam ta we hong ni ari ji chu ai de la pu se da ni di ni ke chun ke se ji pham dia le ta bo na di wa la ya tu se pe na mat wa le iki het to le ye ke di na ilungan ang ngayon tale may pagkatlo government jo yo hu din amin yo ay hulo wale yon long action la ding alawal patini kholla tha ken ai pe ju iman de di ju ka sai no men lemna langa tu kukin pi pa hin women lama advisor on hin nu te ho hin tale lama joint organizers kuki lo women forum hin tale unau tribal forum amo hin tale ade student ho joint unau joint ibigong iman wa kasi mo de na unau tribal students forum iki wa no pau amo langkai na hi Tuni bol hin. Amo chunga. Organizer ho chunga. Babu ga sai spend par ga be de le. Bilang ho to gun. Ong kite din ya jo ha se akan sai le microphone hong ke ba ha. Ha pe na kong pen de na.
Arajit deso.
Di amo. Yo thui tu pi jo. Hamas Israel to 2000 years ago. Amo tu pi lo. Ours is important. Why?
because it's about human rights. Human rights. Today I'm not speaking as a Manipuri. Did you na? Kita ala ta cho. Mi le jo lo le ko ta nuai le de lo le da la ngai cho. Ame le de ma jadi ki lo ko ta cho. Ki chen kom nam. I'm no more a Manipuri from the day I saw that viral video of my two sisters being paraded naked and gang raped. I'm no more a Manipuri. Iki ho but to soften your claps, Kejun, Manipur is Singapore Sudi, the last one panjo. Mele Naga Kuki Kikente Pove, a geography of Itang Longin, Haiki Palangaki, the last one panijo. Meloin, Nang be at you. Nang be an 80 diwale. Kasupi ho, Kanuka Paho. Iti aja na ball you aja, na ball itu. Not sure to put inside my dump some low. May loyal, a Paulo was the old culpable. They had my na. Manipur too is very emotional here. But you are strong when you can cry and you're strong when you can fight back. We are fighting back. A narrative war we call a fight war. Because it was all packed with lies. Me aga thadiu. Me khwa che diu athi deng le ku kyo nung thad we diu itu no me wala ki mo do lo athi deng le when they come and look they will say that the cookies come and kill them. Is that possible? Ikulai long lai ta what you now I want to speak to you as a human being, right? When it comes to human rights, tu niya really bol pao hi mihin pat hi na mihimin abol loading pathin a sit na wa mihimin abol loading akizato na kharuhin hichicho ke pha nai kuki jo hiu meite hiu tupi dalo whether you're Indian and American, it doesn't matter. It's about human rights. We have shared humanity, right? Ati aaj tu ni bol pao hi there are 3 reasons why we did it. Sakarakan sa iyo. Ama sa penji hale, may layong along lo aki thale, they have human rights. We should protect that because we are one Christians and we believe in the universal principles of human rights. To achu aboy danchu, may lo sa iyo bese lo cho. I want to speak for them also. I want to fight for the Meiteis also, but there's nothing much to fight. Should we be very glad? In a way, yes. Chichi alajun, volunteer ho. Inang go lang ho hin. Okay, best at but I will condemn here. Student ni kitaju, ay thelawan jo ni kithala le kati na. Kadai lo bijo, but we're at war now. Ilang achi on ya ju solo khat so ta jo. Eo ati ho se hi gal kipat hungti ti la katha de da katha de jo. So, even though I speak as a human being, I try to be inclusive. When I speak the truth, I might sound biased. Kasi ito na. So, memorandum is submitted to Prime Minister Pakoma. It's time we stop talking to his subordinates. I'm here in Delhi to talk to the Prime Minister. I am not here alone. All of us, leaders, we're here to talk to the Prime Minister now. Otherwise, he comes to Manipur, may peace and maintain with 15 days old. Helicopter helicopter phaya pulukit. What is it? A phaya puna kathi da gizama moria pat helicopter and body phaya puluk. Who does that, guys? Who does that? Say, who does that? Who does that? Amit Shah, right? I'm not happy with him. I will tell on his face. I will tell this on his face. He just saying, I'm low there, really, that's a lot, but I'm low. Ilam kayo, iwa, na, think chung, think loy, we have to be able to say what we are supposed to say. It's an itasanwa, ama say, my. Chuchan puro nong tim win. Tim. agal gi bol lo ba no hi chamna bol ga ni som ni nga nei pi ki nga ki ai ke le fo akwa no hi pata sa ni ki video he amu ni su to udin pata ni ki video de la karon jo itabang le ha ke ki pitohon ke karo jo ata san ki they came to Delhi, they talked, and he's the one who called us illegals. Illegals in the Parliament House. Parliament I call illegal accused. Koham. 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 Now do I talk to someone who has betrayed me so many times? We are not going to talk to him. We are going to talk to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has to respond. We have a memorandum for him. If you want, I'll read it out. Or otherwise, we'll distribute the copies, right? Now, don't ask too many questions. They are busy people. He is supposedly the Vishwa Guru of the country, the fatherly figure. Elon, he should care for us. He can have to come to the Ipajan. Boy, how Bolin no, right? He's the father figure, and he should have stepped in long time back. And if there's one person who can solve our problem, it is Mr. Modi. He has the influence, he has the power, and also we listen to him, right? So who should solve our problem? It's not only the Prime Minister can solve our problem, right? Adiyatu to the Prime Minister. Don't ask too many questions, but ask questions. Therefore, Nihachu, Olivia left Florence. They were raped, butchered, some young boy. Now, when they opened the door, it is said the room was filled with smell of sweat, burnt or stretched muscles, and then here, Adija. Now, Olivia got to know the Bambam, so they were helping their parents and they were supporting their brothers, right? Viral pictures you take a chain of them, be by no matter. The question that I want to ask the Prime Minister is, did you know on the 4th, something horrible happened? Ilaya Delia, candle, they were doing candlelight vigil, right? For one Nirbhaya. How many Nirbhayas are there in Manipur? Yeah, not countless. Let us not exaggerate, but I think nothing less than 7. Some are hiding because they are afraid to say that I've been raped. 7 Nirbhayas and India is quiet. Is this a matter of human rights or is this a matter of cookizo? It's not. It has gone beyond the confines of the community. Aki bol ho chu wal be se the pathile yung kili awal kai kile abet ngam lo jo. We have reached that stage. So the question we want to ask the Prime Minister of the country is, on that day, did you know that something so bad had happened in Manipur? We want answers, right? If you say yes, the next question is, what did you do? Hello? What did you do? And if he says, I didn't know, that's a problem, right? We say we are the superpower. Chandrayaan na liyan luna le. India bumpi kitinga ito. Chandrayaan thot people who can send, Chandrayaan to the moon have security apparatus or intelligence apparatus that strong. Now if you tell me that you don't know, that is the problem. You're lying, right? So there are 2 choices that the Prime Minister of the country has to answer. Did he know or did he not know? And then the third one is, will you solve our problem or not? A solve, we'll find our own solution now. So today, you're all coming here because ito sa ipaw Manipur CM Birenin. He tried so many narratives. Hatwele, my brother said it. Kaki ko ibilyong buaya. Na, akin huyale. You illegal poopy cultivators, Myanmaris, etiquette. But the last narrative that he crafted, that was dangerous and that needs to be countered. The cookie Chin cookie bizu, Jomi Mar or extra hohin. Gampama bomb cookie get you. They're in Tripura, they're in Bangladesh, they're in Chin Hills, they're in the Cabo Valley, they're in near the Kachin Hills, Northeast Pumpiamen. Amo hi India Chumahi. You know, there's a conspiracy to wage war against India. So, this is a more part was we had to fight back, and our narrative was dying. That's why Twitter space are holding. It's he really evolved. India he kilkari isu ulim lo wale. Itu he avoid the idea. Di bolhin organizer tumayong patu saving. Alalam kayo hin to zaon ka inu deho officer kampi ongin. So because of the fact that you're here today, right? Our narrative will not die. We will go back to Twitter and fight. Fight, nah, we'll fight. Situation, come da say to Lovin. You think the party people like the same thing to Lovin. Kaki no ta, nah. So whatever it is, Arizit, Tohin, Kong kilo na Arizit in say na dinama pijama dito na. So thank you guys. You think word of thanks on Lodi kasi na. On behalf of the conveners, we want to thank you for coming here. And because of you coming here today, we are going to win in the Twitter space. Twitter agari saru itna to PM. I'll give you one example, and then it's done. I want you to shout. Mera paivis ohu. Aki sana niya so kejo. They instigate the sons to rape a woman, and the rapes that has occurred this time are all sanctioned by them. Netaiwa upholding amo in minu yujo I give you the right to rape, right? Hichuo who aki changa like Indian journalism, even for it. How can we write against the Mera Paivis? So what did we do? What did we do? We did a twist storm against the Mera Paivis. It's called Mera Paivis Exposed. And then we come up with a word called Mera Pablos. The real narco terrorists are the Meitei underground because they control the drug business in Myanmar. Okay? Min poppy cultivator dealer, mahitaw, may ayok yun to West Bengal. Nothing big. The moment you convert that into opium, only then they can catch you, right? But who was the one who transferred the technology? Bail thing no, right? He's right. So, Mera Paivo Aki Jajo. So we did a twist storm, 13 August Masangatu. Then from Twitter they picked it up and they start writing against the Mera Paivis. Now what do we call them? I'm scared to call them mothers, right? If my mother was like a Mera Paivi, I wish I was never born. I wish I was never born. So I want you to repeat with me. If you want me to speak again, if they give me time, I'll come back. I want to read the memorandum, okay? So we coined the right word for them. Amo hin a hello wahi. Mele thing no yo. Narco business crore de so building a south of industry ne so Myanmar I cholo you have to prove you the head all of them on. So they're helping the Pablo Escobars of Manipur, right? So we coined the word Mera Pablos. Twitter our head, we call it Mera Pablos. So I say Mera Paivis, then you say Mera Pablos, okay? Because these are, they have not become part of the solution, and mothers and Kokomi, who should have become part of the solution, have become part of the problem. Ati are Manipuri Ibo ijo. Ibo now in Kokomi hole, Mera Paivis, Ati ijo ujo. Yo tell me we have to escape, right? We have to escape. So here we go. Mera Paivis! Mera Paivis! Mera Paivis! Thank you.
Thank you, Pu Loy. Before we move on, I'd like to make a quick announcement. There is a donation box that the volunteers would be circulating in the public among the audience. So you guys can put in whatever you want to in that donation box. Numin Song and party will be doing so. Wailo iflekte uha asoya toy loading tut khum loading atanga toy bi ngai hi India flag ha zana lian tak toy bing atanga toy bing ei flag hai hi atung zong en ei toy sing ding ani ti hi ei zok in remind ani. Next up we have Advocate Vishwajit Singh G. We welcome you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vishwajit Singh. I'm a lawyer. I practice in Delhi as well as in other states of the country. And I have got some experience in working human rights cases. And since today's sit-in protest has been organized with regards to violation of human rights of Kukis or tribal people in Manipur. Therefore, I find myself privileged to come here and have few words with all of you who have gathered here. I thank the organizers for having me here today. And I have had some experience in Manipur earlier, so I'm slightly aware of the background of Manipur and various socio-political fault lines that exist in Manipur. And right from the beginning of this violence, it has been very, abundantly clear to me that who is precipitating a violation of human rights and who is the victim of the ongoing experiment, of the ongoing program, of the ongoing ethnic cleansing, I would say. And it is very, very clear, abundantly clear, that the majority community, which is the Meitei community, is inflicting those violations of human rights on the people, on the Kukizo people of Manipur, who are the victims of this ethnic cleansing, of this attempt at genocide. So there's no doubt about it. There have been, heavy, serious effort from many quarters, from the majority community, from the state government, as well as by elements within the central government, to portray a picture which is very, very contrary to truth. They have tried to portray and level baseless allegations and baseless motives to Kukizo people, like the beginning of violence was affected by Kukizo people, which has turned out to be false. That the refugee crisis have been created by the Kukizo people, and Meiteis are the victim of the refugee crisis, of the displacement crisis. It turns out to be false. Of course, yes, there are victims on both sides. But who triggered that violence? Who triggered that crisis? Who triggered this unprecedented scale of displacement in Manipur? It's the radical groups from the Meitei community, from the majority community. The radical groups which affected mass lynchings, mass violation of the women and girls, and killings and targeted killings of tribals whose residences, whose place of residences, place of work, place of worship, etc. were identified in advance. and they were selectively picked up and they were eliminated by, and there is a number, there is a head count, everything is there. People who were killed and people who did those atrocities, they are not anonymous people. They have names and addresses, and yet very little has been done by the state to take those people to book, to take those people to account, to hold those people accountable. A large number of such people are part of the state government, are part of the government machinery, are they are state functionaries. Not a single person, not single one of such persons has either been arrested or has been further stopped, further apprehended from doing such activities or from repeating such activities. In fact, they are being encouraged by the state government by the elements within the state government to carry out further such violations of human rights of cookies or tribal. For example, what has been happening in Moreh for the last 4-5 days is just a continuation of what happened in Imphal earlier during the first week of May. Is what is being repeated now in Moreh, and today we are sitting at 6 months of starting of this violence. The same what happened in what was perpetrated in Imphal is being perpetrated in Moreh against the Kukizo people, and they are the same radicals, same Meitei radical groups which are perpetrating this violence and which are being aided by the state government, because the radical groups who disguise themselves as Manipur police were stopped from entering Moreh earlier, and that a protest was organized and roads were blocked so that the state police the radicals who are masquerading as state police are not allowed to enter Moreh. So the state government circumvented the blockade and airdropped all of them disguised as Manipur police, and they have been perpetrating loot, violence and displacement against the Kukizo people in Moreh. As of now, as we are sitting here, their Kukizo people have been turned refugees in their own homes, own district, own villages. They have been forced to take shelter in army camps, and this has been done either by the state police or by the radicals. This is stark violation of human rights, and this has not been challenged properly. State government has not taken, neither the state government nor the central government has taken effective steps. Otherwise, this has been seen earlier how any kind of violence can be stopped anywhere in the country within 24 to 48 hours. The central forces and in fact every security force knows how to do that. If they had they been sincere, had the government been sincere, they would have taken those steps, which steps have not been taken, and the government needs to be called out. And maximum burden and maximum responsibility, maximum accountability lies with the government, not with the people. And what they are trying to portray is that it's the people who have been suffering are the people who are responsible, which are plain lies. The people who are affecting this, who are effecting this violence are different people, and they are being supported by state government. And every day false narrative is coming up in the media, which is well rehearsed, prepared in advance, and it started appearing from day one. So state government's narrative cannot be believed, whether it is appearing in the media or it is being projected before the courts of law. It has to be countered in both the places, in public domain as well as in the courts of law, so that justice can be served and this violation of human rights can be put a stop to. Thank you very much. I wish more and maximum strength to the Kukizo people to fight this out, to resist this violation of human rights. Thank you.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, big applause for Poo Viswajit Singh. Thank you so much, Viswajit Singh. It's because of you, people like that who want to uphold human rights, that we are still existing. Thank you so much. I, on behalf of all my people here, back home, Cookie, Joe, Mizo, and Mar, would like to thank you so much. We are indebted to you, and a request to you, sir, that continue to support us, be our voice in the court of law, be in flow with us till the end when we get justice. And I want to remind that this is not the beginning. This violence is not the beginning. We have been subjected by the Métis as minority, and atrocities has been done to us before this violence, and so also. So be in flow with us till the end of justice we got, and the justice that we deserve now is nothing but union territory with legislature. So Poo Viswajit, thank you so much. Coming over to our next program, we have a speech from Mr. Suhas Chakma, who is a director of Rights and Race Analysis Group. Let me call him on the dais. Poo Suhas Chakma, please.
Thank you, everybody, the organizer, for inviting me. When I was coming here, I was thinking, what could I speak? I do not know more than people who have already suffered, and the silence of the responsible authorities who are constitutionally mandated to protect human rights of each and every person. And I think we live in an era where narratives are quickly changed. And these narratives shape the opinion of the people. And I think the most important currency or the narrative which is being used is the issue of self-defense. And when you look at the actions of the Israeli forces in Gaza and other areas, the issue comes up with the self-defense. You could read the entire encyclopedia of I found, and what I was that in the third preamble paragraph of the Universal Declaration, if men are not to be compelled to resort to rebellion against tyranny, human rights must be protected. That is what is given in the law. The riots in Manipur. Because after all, it's the whole concept of self-defense which led to justification and inaction against the loss of about 500,000 arms, over 5 lakhs ammunition. When you read the newspapers every day, you will see one thing. That is, people who take away arms from the armories of the government of India, the state of Manipur, they are called in the media miscreants. And those who write with their pen in this country are being treated as terrorists. So that's why the issue of the narrative, the way our thoughts are being influenced matters. This is not the first riot in which your community is involved. When I have many friends, from the Cookie community, including those who founded Cookie after the riots in 92, 93, 94. I think within a lifetime, to go through the same riots once again. I can't imagine how people are. When I was coming here, I literally didn't have anything to add more than what is important. I can't tell this story more painfully than the victims themselves, except possibly just to share the sentiments that people who are affected by this riots need not have been affected. There was no need for it if it's state responsibility. One can imagine that the riots take place and it continues for a week. In worst case scenario, it continues for 2 weeks. But when the riots continue after 5 months, and when we have the Prime Minister of this country expressing his sentiments with what is happening in the Gaza and Israel, and his silence on these territories of the incidents which are taking place within the territory of India, it should explain the kind of situation of the country we are living in. It is as if there are no killings and therefore no conflicts. So that's why I think we are fighting an insurmountable battle. And the battles, I think somebody had said, hasn't started here. I just want to speak, or somebody who shares the, had seen this kind of riots in many places in the Northeast. I think the people who organize these meetings, those who have come with their emotions, sentiments in these meetings, from both sides, please remember, it's not the communities at the end of the day who fight for justice. It's the victims. Protecting the victims, capacitating them to go through the entire process of establishing justice is not easy. It's so tiresome. You look at the riots in this country and look at the victims who fought. After a certain point of time, they were just left around to fend themselves without the support of the community. Somebody who believes in justice, they need to have a strategy how to defend, protect, empower the victims. Because ultimately when it goes to the investigation, when it goes to the court, none of the community representatives are going to testify. It's the victims themselves. Therefore, I think there is a need for a strategy how to empower the victims. And if you cannot have that strategy, once the riots go away, people will get along with their lives, the victims will be forgotten, then of course the struggle for justice is over. The struggle for justice for the victims is always adversarial. To establish beyond reasonable doubt is not an easy task. So I have seen the victims, and the victims are always left to fend themselves because people move away, there are new things come up in our lives. So that's why if you are interested in fighting for justice, apart from the political demands, please remember community needs and strategy to empower the victims, to keep them alive so that they can tell their stories. So that's part of the truth. The second part which I wanted to mention is no community can fight back from empty stomach. The fights never takes place when you are busy with your own life and trying to, or you are engaged in a struggle to have 2 meals a day. Look at the policies of the government of India. I mean, I have not followed closely because I'm not in a party in the proceedings in the Supreme Court. There is a scheme announced by the government of India which has been continuing for a long time. This scheme covers people who are displaced by the border violence in Indo-Pakistan border, people who are displaced by left-wing extremist violence, people who are displaced in the 51 conclaves in West Bengal, which are part of Bangladesh, have been given to India. Look at this package and the 1984 Sikh riots. The question is, if there are packages for different kind of communities who are displaced exactly because of the reasons you find your community displaced, I think you need to fight for inclusion in that. If you cannot fight for that, the biggest problem would be actually those who are displaced. My own estimate says at certain point of time about 70,000 people were displaced. So now when you are displaced, if you are not properly rehabilitated and resettled, you cannot fight back. So therefore, if you need information on these schemes, if you want to bring it to the attention of the committee which was established by the Supreme Court, as well as if you want to bring fresh petition regarding that, you could contact me, you could find the net. There are lots of statements given on that. Please remember, those who are displaced by the situation in Kashmir, Kashmiri Pandits, they have a package. the Burus who are displaced in Manipur, they have a package. Ultimately, all the people who are displaced because of the similar situation. And the government of India, in my view, cannot make any kind of differentiation between same class of people in the same situation. So if you cannot ensure that the people who are displaced in this situation, I don't think you are going to be able to build a strong society, because you are a small community, 50,000 people displaced, not rehabilitated, not resettled. I think you need to think about it, because the policy of the government of India has been, we will offer 10 lakhs ex gratia to somebody who has died. But what about those people who cannot access their territories, lands, houses they had to leave? What's about the compensation? So this riot, this violence requires different kind of rehabilitation and resettlement package. And I'm not talking about something new or only for yourself. I'm talking about something which already exists. You have already approached the court, and maybe these elements are not included. It's time to include them. The last point I wanted to mention, I think lots of people talked about the demands, including for separate administration. I think we are part of a debate, part of a narrative. The words, the terminologies which we use are important. Sometimes use of certain words can be misconstrued. I think what we need in this country, first, to counter the whole idea of a nation state within the state of India. I strongly believe that there are many states in this country, they cannot even discuss about any kind of autonomy, any kind of administrative arrangement, not because they oppose it today, because they see as a unit which shall survive, maybe at certain point of time in history, it shall become an independent state. You talk about any state in this country, behind the opposition to any kind of division or any kind of devolution of powers is the inherent intention, or which is hidden intention, that we are a nation within ourselves. So that's one step. The second issue we need to remember when we talk about devolution is, I think rather than concretizing anything and everything, I think we as a country, despite the largest democratic country, I think we still have to have different kind of arrangements. Even one of the most dictatorial nations in the country, if you look at China, look at the administrative arrangements which they have. They completely have separate administrative arrangements where the majority Hans are ruling. They have a separate arrangement for some of the provinces like Tibetan Autonomous Region, Xinjiang, etc. You cross the sea, you go to Hong Kong, the arrangement for that particular region is different. Then you go to Macau, you possibly cannot even feel it is part of China. Within India, I think there is enough administrative arrangements. I think it is not about separation. It's about devolution of powers. Devolution of powers as a means for development. And it is on this concept that devolution of powers have taken place in India, where the district magistrates have become the administrative unit for everything. There is a separate fund which the central government gives to the state government, union territories, but there is a separate fund which is directly implemented through the district magistrates. So I think what the focus is about sufficient administrative arrangements for devolution of powers. And ultimately, I think we all have to live together. I think I would say that there has to be avenues where we could talk together and speak together. But the last point would be accountability. if we want to establish accountability, as I said in the beginning, you have to focus on the victims. If the community doesn't support the victims, doesn't empower them, I think the entire struggle for justice will fail. Thank you.
Pu Chakma rightly puts it when he said, it's not the communities that suffer at the end of the day, it's the victims. And this is exactly one of the many reasons why the extremely gross human rights violation needs to stop. Next, we will be shouting some slogans, and in order to lead that, I call upon Mr. Byakwan himself.
slogan sandi wa cái phải đi bao con tàu để con tàu thì thế này yo này cha thùng chỉ cầu nhiều mua cha cái cầu nín lấy lo cho ya police constable te tan le tung lâu din sen yo kha center government parliament tan tung de de le chu ngai te in te top swine chỉ cầu nhiều mua azo flag toy ten le na flag toy ten li kun la na azo placards toy ten le placards ai kai le le mo Manipur government kon chi cha na stop attacking more nan chi wa 6 months kon chi chang ina where is the justice so Manipur government louder Manipur government again Manipur government 6 months 6 months again 6 months louder 6 months Manipur government Manipur government 6 months to now we seek just we seek mercy oh we seek mercy again we seek mercy Manipur government 6 months we seek mercy we seek mercy sorry mercy and justice mercy and justice okay Manipur government stop attacking More louder Manipur government stop attacking More 6 months where is justice 6 months where is justice we seek mercy and justice we seek mercy and justice we seek mercy and justice atop na dina Manipur government kan sino changa stop your partial attitude oh Manipur government stop your partial attitude Manipur government stop your partial attitude 6 months where is justice louder please 6 months where is justice we seek Manipur government Manipur government 6 months we seek Biran Singh Biran Singh Biran Singh Arabai Tegol louder Arabai Tegol Sarajaba Biran Singh Arabai Tegol Manipur government we seek Manipur government Manipur government stop attacking More Manipur government Biran Singh Biran Singh Sarajaba Arabai Tegol Arabai Tegol Meday Nipun Manipur government louder 6 months we seek mercy and justice we seek mercy and justice Manipur government, stop your partial attitude. Manipur government! Again, Manipur government! BNC! Louder! BNC! BNC! Another devil! Make it repeat! We seek! Hun kita simay ay zain kan sang dia hun ki paket.
Thank you so much, Brother Vyagmon. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope we have seen a WhatsApp video. I don't know which country, but a man came to the parliament with only one file. And then what did he say? Homeland or death. So I want to say, at this point of time, we want a homeland. A separate administration is the only solution. Dead or not, we want homeland. So I want to say homeland or death today. So let's start a slogan. When I say homeland or, you have to say death. Okay? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. We deserve a homeland. It is our birthright. Our forefathers fought for it. Our forefathers have lived it. Come on. Homeland or death. 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 Young boys and girls, children who are supposed to go to school, what did they do back home? With red clothes, torn clothes, they are selling vegetables. I get so emotional whenever I say this. Mind you, is this human rights? They have the right to go for school, to be educated, you know, and they end up selling vegetables door to door. What is this? Who caused all this? Don't we deserve our own land? We deserve our own land, right? So come on, let's say once again, homeland or homeland or homeland or. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Going over to the next program, we have Mr. John Daya, who is a human rights activist and a Christian political activist. So I want to remind her again, the ground reality of what happened there is not being covered. So much more is going on. So please be with us till the end. Please uphold our human rights. Please be with us. This is what I want to remind. Thank you. Be on the stage, sir.
Good afternoon, my friends. It's a very bold slogan, but in many ways, it's a very terrible slogan when you speak of an alternative, of a homeland or death. It's an extreme case. So I would like to begin my 10 minutes by saying, long live the Kuki people. May you never die, may your ardor never die, may your zeal never die. Moreover, may your strength to fight injustice never die. I am a journalist, a writer for 54 years. There are not many of you who are old, as old I am, in journalism itself. Otherwise, I'm 75 years old. In these years, I've been to Manipur many times. What we call peacetime, but it was not peacetime in the northeast. We went there in military convoys. We went there with RAW. We went there as reporters without cover. I know the ground reality in Manipur, in the neighboring states, as much as anybody who lives there, and perhaps then a little more, because I live in New Delhi. I know the mind of the government. I know the thinking process of the government. I know the people who fund the government. So while it is all right for Chakma to give this brilliant analysis that cases are fought by individuals for their survival, and that we must protect the individual in his fight. Today is 3rd November. In 1984, on 3rd November, in this area, 6 people were being burned alive. It began on the 1st November, continued till the 2nd November, continued on the 3rd November. 5,006 were burned in 5 kilometers from where you're sitting. The government looked on. The government was silent. So many years later, the cases are still being fought. The people who are responsible, some are in jail, some are on bail, some are dead. But God also has His own justice. But the cases are being fought. The struggle for justice never ends. But I would like to differ with Chakma. It is not just the individual, it is also the community. Ethnic cleansing is not of an individual. That is called murder. You kill me, you just kill me. You kill my people. You kill the future of us. We see that happening in Gaza. Little children are being killed. 2-month-old, 2 years old. Women are being killed. I was in Manipur 3 months ago. I saw the wall of remembrance. I saw the photograph of the 2-year-old child who was killed. To me, ethnic cleansing in genocide in Gaza or in some other places I could name is not very much different than the attempted ethnic cleansing of the Kukizo in areas of Imphal, of the valley, and the intervening areas between the hills. And ethnic cleansing is an ethnic cleansing. You want to wipe out all memory of a people. You want to wipe out the future. And that was my first impression when I went there after the violence. That the Kukizo are being denied a human identity. The very basic humanity is being attacked, is being stolen. You go to the Maiti. I went and met the State Human Rights Commission former chairman. We met all sorts of people in Imphal. They are not calling you Kukizo. They are not calling you human beings. The phrase they use is a narco-terrorist. Kukizo, narco-terrorist, foreigner. You have been denied your Indian passport. You have been denied your statehood. You have been denied your traditional hold on your land. You're just now a product, a political product that is being tossed about. And this is where I want to really pin the blame. I heard 3 speakers. We talk of the tragedy of the victims. I've talked to the victims in refugee camps, in Churachandpur and in Delhi. I know the tragedy of the people. In my 54 years as a journalist, I've seen tragedy across the country. But what happens when it is not individuals, but governments which wage war on people? And that is what we can understand. When the Prime Minister for 6 months doesn't speak, doesn't go to the press, doesn't call you to his office, that can also be done. He can say, send me 10 people from Jantar Mantar, I want to talk to them. That is as good as going there. He doesn't want to do any of those things. When the Home Minister says, I have trust in the chief minister, and the chief minister has trust in the killers. It is the state that is raged against you. You are not fighting just the Metis. You are fighting the government of India. You are fighting the strength of the state assembly. You are fighting the power of the ruling party. It's a very tough fight. And here, apart from the grace of God, you have to show your own strength, your unity. Do not break up. Do not listen to rumors. Do not do things that bring you a bad name. Continue your struggle. Increasingly, number of people are coming with you. They may not be here, but the strength, the prayers, the slogans, the social media, they are with you. Believe you me. In Gaza, nobody in India first wanted to support the children and the women and the people. Because there was a wave of Islamophobia. You are all Christians, and one of you. The understanding of the common Indian was not very favorable. But over the past 6 months, your continued struggle, the continued violence over you, your homelessness has made an impact on the people of India. Civil society of India is supporting you in your larger struggle, whether it's in Parliament, whether it's in the Supreme Court, and whether it is in collecting funds for your rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is the issue of the future. There are bad ways to rehabilitate, there are good ways to rehabilitate. But one caution will be, there should be no rehabilitation without consultation and consent of the people. This is my caution to you. This is my advice to you. Don't agree to anything unless you understand the implications. I came to support you. Let me again close with my opening slogan, long live the cookies oil.
Thank you. Hello. Oh, sorry. Hello, thank you, Po John Dayal Singh जी. जॉन दयाल जी, हम आभारी हैं कि आप आए, हमें सपोर्ट देते रहे. आगे भी हम यही ख्वाहिश रखते हैं कि आप आगे भी हमें इसी तरह सपोर्ट करते रहेंगे. A round of applause for John Dayal ji. Along the very same lines, I would say stop ethnic cleansing against, and you guys would say the cookies off. Okay? Stop ethnic cleansing against. Stop ethnic cleansing against. One more time. Stop ethnic cleansing against. All right. Next up, we'll have from Kumpi Kuki Inpi Pusolet Lungdim.
So much, the organizer of this city, now Tribal Women Forum in this Jantra Mantra of New Delhi. I am representing INP, which is the traditional government of Kuki. This Kuki INP was the government of Kuki people before British come to India. British were not allowed to enter into the Kuki area by this Kuki NP. They fought them with their might for 3 years in 1917 to 1919. That was the Kuki NP, and after that, Kuki NP was no longer functioning. So we were under British India, and in 1947, Indian got independence, and we are a part of it, and we have been fighting for India also. In this way, I want to let the people of this country, especially the ruling people, ruling government, to know that certainly in 3rd May of 2023, Kuki, Jomi, Mar, Mizo, all these people are certainly becoming immigrant, foreigner, terrorists, and something like that. So these narratives or this slogan or this idea is now need to be considered very carefully. I am very happy that today we are with so many of our friends from media section and other intellectual people who can deliberate a very good speech. I am not a speaker, I am not coming for delivering speech. I just come to share one of my idea, which if possible can be reached to the government of India. What I want to tell the people of India, and particularly the governing section of the Indian government, is that how can a people who have been staying here since we have been fighting for India long before we have been fighting the British people, and ignore it due to the delimitation. We have been divided in too many countries. Some of us happen to be demarcated, and they become Burma, and another part become Bangladesh now. Previously it was Pakistan. It was not the people who are migrating. The government is dividing us, and we become separate people, separate country. And these people are now called immigrant. This kind of narrative is used by Manipur government. There are very serious narrative which is used by the Chief Minister of Manipur, something like that. This is narco-terrorists. And this time, everybody know that narco-terrorists is people who are dealing with drug, narcotic, and they are becoming a terrorist. Terrorists means threatening the livelihood of other people. We have never treated anybody, we have never caused any harm to these people, but we are now taken as terrorists. So this kind of sit in protest, this kind of really we have to perform, and we have to let it know to the people who are ruling the country, which is not knowing the actual person of Manipur. The narration and the narrative which is used by the ruling people are derived from truth illusory effect. It is not actually truth. It is illusory truth which they are using as a narrative. So I really thankful to this organizer people who belongs to Yo community, children of Yo, which was now divided into many sections. Even if today it is organizers is from two or three organizers. Actually, we are one. But our enemy has divided us. In this way, we are suffering now. So I want the people of who are staying in Delhi, you should not go on dividing yourself. You should unite it and work together. And united we stand, divided we forget. We have to follow and not to be what you say. To be too emotional that we should physically fight all these things. We have to fight mentally. We have to fight with our knowledge or strength so that we can surely survive in this juncture where the government is neutralizing us, trying to eliminate from the world this kind of word they use for total elimination from Manipur. This kind of word they are using. This is not justice. This is not supported by justice. This is not supported by humanity. So we have to fight on the basis of human rights and Indian constitutional provisions, and we have to survive. Irrespective of their slogan, so many slogans against us, we cannot just we cannot just lose hearted. We have to stand calmly. I thank once again for standing like this together. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much to Sol and Rungdim, Kumpi, Kuki, MP Delhi. We hope Kuki MP will lead us in the right way, and then we look forward to it. Going over to our next program, we have a prominent figure who give us an example that Kuki women are also capable. She is the first Kuki MP. We know we have a history where Kuki women are joining the forces when they fight the British. And now, in the modern world, she is the woman who taught us that Kuki woman does not belong to kitchen alone. They can do. So we call upon Pekin Gamti. Please be on the dais. Thank you.
Cookie Zomi almost. Long live. Long live. Happy and the world. Long live. Long live. Thank you. I'm not going to speak very long time, just few minutes in saying the thing. I came to Delhi, but unfortunately I got this asthmatic attack, so I keep wearing my mask. But whatever, I thought I must take a chance of meeting you all, and I'm so happy that our people are still alive. We are still alive. Let me speak in my language for a few minutes, and the media and other dignitaries, you forgive me. Tiba kasain mihi. Kukiten. Kuki zo mizo ma zo mi. Do we have our Aadhaar card? Aadhaar card ini juga. Aadhaar card ini juga. Then where is the question of foreigner? Where is the question of immigrant? Where is the question of narco-terrorists? That was the first time I heard. I'm so sorry. Ipu Ipate, when our forefathers had fought such great battles, but the Britishers thought if they did not burn our fields our houses, they would not be able to win the war. So, the Britishers even thought that they would drop bombs. Bomb na sa ay na lang kung bomb na hi. So that indicates that the Kuki, Zozo, Myanmar, and Mizo, we are not those people who will sit down quietly and weep. When our forefathers fought for this great country's independence, why are we being termed as foreigners? Let me just tell you once again. When you sent me, Parliament and in solitude, when you sent me to the Parliament, I did not fight only for my community. I fought for the whole of Manipur. I fought for the whole of northeastern region. How come? The name Honorable CNPTA. Honorable he don't care. No, he does not know what is the meaning of Honorable CM. Manipura Chenzo say, why is still he sitting on the chair? And where is the Home Minister on whom we had so much faith? Just wait for 15 days. Just wait for another 7 days. Then I will solve the problem. Where did he solve the problem? Is he the Home Minister of India? If he is the Home Minister of India, at least he should keep his dignity and chair and try to solve his problem. But as I listen to some speeches, I think it's of no use. Kadayatun Home Minister to kimutoilating Prime Minister kazo kami. Though today I'm nothing, I never count myself as a leader. No, please don't get me wrong. I'm not a leader. But I'm a cookie, mizo, mom, woman. I'm not proud. I have nothing. But I have my life given by our Almighty God. So I was directed from the Prime Minister's office to meet the Home Minister. Cannot know him. Cannot know him. Home Minister how many times he should fool us, and we keep believing, and now are dead. It is I think today we must meet the Prime Minister. Let me sacrifice my life. We will go and fast unto death. At his Prime Minister pan itik enay tumutog pinomlo muli. Annalawa katsidan liu ay itia. Saya makoy ko yung diran. Hallelujah. Patingin kapte ay buunan no? Kanin isu kiel, isay kiel, ito kiel, tidem samin. Let us encourage one another because this is a question of survival. Ihintay na di ba kalakali sa po nung I'm so happy. I read here. Our Kukizo women, Unao tribal women, join Unao students. When you all are here, strong, you all are here with intelligence which God has given us. And our forefathers left this country for us. But let me tell Indian government and Asukhiel country demarcating states as per the language. Pau kat manghosti anak piuwi. India asubboy hai. Punjab for Punjabis, Nagaland for Naga, and Kerala for Malayalis. If hito mga so agon wa hile, we also need a place where we could be saved. We don't want to fight. We are not fighting against the Meitei brothers and sisters. We are fighting against injustice by the government of Manipur and by the government of India. India can akhel ohita. Ajeju CMTT Mr. Biren hi tu gaya ni izat hitam. How many? More than 70,000 people have been displaced. And then our Prime Minister does not even look back. Ako di ay nagkasopiteho. Hisilaya meeting lane tanibo yung tipa ume. But we need to do soul searching. We need to put our heads together. And we cannot leave our country. This is our country. This is not Mr. Modi's country alone. This is not Mr. Amit Shah or Biren Singh's country. This is our country and we must be saved. Thank you.
Thank you, Nukim Gangte. That was strong. We are also hoping in our heart of hearts that you will be the fierce and strong front woman when we actually go and get to see the Prime Minister. An announcement. The ones who are standing and scattered, please come together in one place. Yeah, let's not be scattered in different places. Let's be gathered here within the green area. There is a lot of space in the front also. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for already listening. All right. Pitu Tian Mang Wangin Lung Lel Lowin Matiang Swan Leng Pak Sil Bangin Hong Lun Di Nga Asunga Itwa Nga Bang Hiling Ding Hi. Natiu here! Hopefully so. We pray that we will get to do so someday in the near future. Isak pidwa asa tei asa pidhe ni sak pidwa udle ding ding udle khut khai tau di isak pidyo.
Hello. Let's sing this song. Song kanan ito kalwa sa sokan ana ding te song sakit dong. Ila asa sai chale nung tau dio. Song kanan ding zong na yai la pi tu tian mang chi ite ve ding kata kaging ta ken la chang kan set dia sa sia sia dio.
Flick to.
Get to sang dio. Raise up your flags. Dâu cầm loan quang văn loạn như chia Loan apu vai dâu cầm loan Kuatan quang văn loạn thì kia Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ những video hấp dẫn.
wangin ang luningan. Sumalong buwan nga bang asungalong buwan nga wangile. Siko'y gugil ang lagi. Siko'y gugil ang lagi. Ikaw galing mo. Omong hurade mong nelending mo. Matiang suanin kawang tiani. Matiang suanin kawang tiani. So sipik wan mundong niya. So sipik wan mundong niya. Selung tinggal hun otae. Yan bitlay som kibang kenna. Kibang hongin jogang golbang umleng. Kibang hongin jogang golbang umleng. Lunday ting libang hong singkya. Lunday ting libang hong singkya. Tungsol kali siya bagi. Tungsol kali siya bagi. Yan pilay som kibang kenna. Kibang hongin jogang golbang umleng. Kibang hongin jogang golbang umleng. Lunggay ting libang hong singkya. Lunggay ting libang hong singkya. Tungsol kali siya bagi. Tungsol kali siya bagi. Dunwaming nga bang liyeng tani. Dunwaming nga bang liyeng tani. Bito tiyang mangwangin sa siya-siyani. Bito tiyang mangwangin. Lunglelawin matiyang suwane. Lunglelawin matiyang suwane. Magsilbang ng luninga. Magsilbangin ang luninga. Asumalong tuwang abang ilektinghi. Asumalong tuwang abang ilektinghi. Pagwaye tu cian nile.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Join Artists Delhi. Thank you so much. Now coming over to our next program. We have a victim stories narration. What has been praised by so many people, and I want the media people, the media houses, if you want to cover up what is actually going on in Manipur, now is the time to listen. Victim stories. More than back home, there are so many stories, but now what we are going to narrate the stories is the extreme part of the stories. Okay, media houses, if you want to come up and If you want to come up and have a shot, you can have a shot. Okay, thank you. These victim stories will be led by Dr. Tara Manchin and our Twitter warriors.
Today, we are gathered here to grieve and mourn the death of the Kuki, Zomi, Mar, Mizo community of Manipur. More than 200 people have lost their life in this conflict. Our life matters. The life of our mother, our sisters, our brothers, and our toddler Tonsi is lest we forget them. We are here to mourn and to grieve and to remember the life they have sacrificed for our tomorrow. We all know that horrendous human rights violation has been inflicted upon the Kuki, Zomi, Mar community of Manipur. The worst humankind violation has been inflicted. You can see the pictures here, how they died and how they were killed, how they were tortured. And we know who are the perpetrators. The Meitei Kamok, the Arambai Tengol, Meitei Lipun. But today, we should hold our heads high and then say to ourselves that we will not let their death go in vain. We will fight and we will defeat the evils, because the evil forces can be defeated by us easily. Believe in ourselves that we can defeat them. So now, one by one, we'll be relating our stories. I will start the story of Nu Don Ngaiching Hangzo, who is 63 years old. Don Ngaiching Hangzo is also known as Donnie, and she calls herself also Deborah. She is the youngest of 8 siblings, and she belongs to Walving, Yangtang Lamka, Chocharpur. She belongs to a family who are quite affluent. When we talk of the tribal community, because her father and her grandfather were running a hardware store. And she was also one of the first girl among the Paite community to study in Don Bosco school. But in the 6th grade, what happened was that she started experiencing maniac episode, which were diagnosed by doctor as schizophrenia. From the age of 15 till the time she died, she was a mentally unstable woman. But in spite of the disease or the disability that she suffered, she led a very fruitful life, I must say. All the dialect of Lamka, Izo, Paite. So what happened was that because of her condition, she she suffered from grand delusion and remained highly conscious of her surrounding. Consequently, she spent many years roaming the street like all mentally disabled people do. And in this process, she was molested and then she was harmed also. But at the same time, faced the challenges that her life has given her with bravery and with wits. She earned her livelihood. She valued her independence. She doesn't live with family. She was built a small hut in Lampel Park by the church, EBC church, and she was very house proud. She have a flower pot with some money plants and and she grew gardens around her hut, and she was house proud. She was my cousin, so whenever she comes to my house and I tell her, please spend the night, she said, no, I have my own home, and then if I leave my house, then my stuff will be stolen by the drug addict of Lampel area. Now, see, she was very aware of that, even of that. So what happened was that, knowing that she was away from her family, she was clever enough to earn her livelihood by working in people's home as a maid. We don't call her a maid, but she used to earn her living, her square meal, by going and washing clothes, by doing dishes, and by mopping the houses of rich people living in Lampel Park. There's so many officers, there's so many ministers living there in Lampel. So many times, when this problem happened on 3rd May, until the time she was killed on 6th July, what happened to her was that we invited her to come to go to back to Lamka, to go to the CRPF camp in Lampel Park, but her answer was that God is there to protect me and I will not be harmed. But of course, the radical rise, Aramboy Tengol, kidnapped her and shot her dead on 6 July 2023 when she was on her way to my house in Paiteveng. As it was her routine, she used to come to visit us whenever she lacked something in her home, be it rice or provision for her. She used to come and ask also for money. So because of her delusion that time and not knowing, in 6th July there was a full moon, and then her condition, her situation used to be affected by the moon. Whenever there is a full moon day, she used to become more and more disabled. So she was under illusion that we were still living in Paiteveng. When she came to visit us, she came by auto. She fought with the auto driver over the price of this thing, because he was demanding 300 rupees and she had just 30 rupees in her pocket. Then the Mera Paiti surrounded her, captured her and asked her, where did you come from? She said, I'm coming from Lampel. They said, which tribe do you belong to? Then she said, I belong to Paiti tribe. Then she started ranting and screaming because she was unstable. And not knowing that, they asked her name and she said Mary, because Mary happened to be her daughter's name. So what happened? They caught her, and while they were questioning her, I believe 2 young men, Meitei boy, came and shot her from her right ears. And then she was lying dead. She was lying in the rain, and the Mera Paibi covered her. The police came her and took her body and took her to the morgue in Rims Hospital. Till today, her dead body is lying there and it is rotting. We cannot go and claim her but dead body also, because we have no access to info. Secondly, we cannot even identify her body. Then they were going to, then the CBI came to me in Delhi, showed me the photograph and asked me to identify her. Because for Meitei people, her life doesn't matter. She was going to be an unidentified body. Even the social media has termed her after her death as a suicide bomber, which is so unfair because she was the most gentle person and she would have never died. Donnie, you face a life that treated you unjustly, yet you persevered against all odds and followed your unique path. Your independence and courage were remarkable. Anyone acquainted with you or familiar with your story is aware of the falsehood that has circulated about you. May you find eternal peace, dear Dorni. Thank you. Next, I will request the other people to come and share the stories. Thank you.
Check. I'm going to talk about Olivia and Florence. Look at their eyes. Can you please lift up the photos of Olivia and Hansing, volunteers? Thank you. Look at the eyes, the sparkling hope, which has been snuffed forever. They were early in their 20s, full of life. Both Olivia and Florence were working at Gama Car Wash in Konohama, which is in Imphal, owned by one Samorjit Ningthauja. On that unfaithful day of May 5, 2023, the Meitei mobs, including the made-up IBs, forcefully silenced my two sisters inside the room and they tortured them for more than 3 hours. Where is humanity? When they were found, the room was filled with blood, nails, and I don't know what else. Where is humanity? They have been taken away from us forever. I'm so sorry, my dear sisters. We were not there to protect you that day. May your souls rest in peace. We love you. Thank you.
Hi. Today I'm standing here to present the voiceless, our brothers and sisters who lost their lives for the cause or for the community of the Kukizo, Mar, Zomi, and Mizo. Nestled in a beautiful state in the northeastern part of India lies a town called Lampa. The Kukizo, the community of hardworking people, and the story that I would like to tell you on is about the daily wage laborers who are hardworking, filled with love and simplicity in life. For a better future, so that they can take care of their family, they move to the Imphal Valley for better opportunities to make money so that they can take care of their children and their families. Unfortunately, when the violence broke out on the 3rd of May, they were cramped and taken care of by a guardian angel who gave their best to protect them. Unfortunately, fate has its own way. The 3 Kukizo brothers of ours were beaten brutally, and they were left alone right in the middle of the road with no help, crying for help, and unfortunately there was no one who would even dare to help them. They took their last breath, and today, with God's love and miracle, one of them was found alive in the morgue when the people and the police thought that he was dead. How brutal is the world, and how brutal and how Humanity has lost its value, that you do not care for another human being. You could have gave one last look at the person who was lying down there. He was found alive, but all they could do was just put him in the ICU, and God helped him, and it's with miracle that he survived. I would like to also focus on our brother Lionel. He married a Meitei lady, and you must have heard the stories, right? She is today ashamed of being a Meitei when her husband was brutally murdered by her own community. Look at the children. He's got 4 children. They're very young. What will happen to them? Till today, the daughters and the son ask them, Mama, where is a daddy coming home? Where is daddy? What will she tell her children? We should not be subjugated like this in future. This is the 21st century, people. This is a gross against human rights violation, and we deserve to survive. We should stand up for all the people who have suffered and sacrificed their lives today. We should be the voice. We are so much stronger when we are united, and that is what makes us today. Let's stand for humanity. Let's fight against the human rights violation against the Kuki-Zo community. If you guys are with me, come on, for Kuki-Zo community. Thank you so much.
Volunteers, Ho Min Lin, Chong Loy, can you please walk a little bit, one step forward? Ho Min Lin, Chong Loy, Choi Pen Pen Suna Malanga, Tamkat Ka Chalo Po. I want to tell about Ho Min Lin, Chong Loy. Look at this young man. He was the son of an ex-serviceman staying in Chong Loy. And on the 4th of May 2023, he was beaten to death by the Arambay Tengol and Meitei Lipon. His body was like lying on the road, nobody to claim. When you look at this young man, what do you see? He is our brother. He is the son of the father. He is the son from his mother. How would the parents feel? Can you just imagine, can you just look at this beautiful face who is no longer on this earth? My dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, please, let's keep our difference and be united. Look at all these victims today. We haven't got any justice. Let's fight the good fight till we get the justice. Thank you.
David Tree. The name in itself may be just another name. He belonged to the Kuki-Zo community. But now, after this conflict, just the mention of his name now sends shivers to the spine. He was just an ordinary boy who loves to play football. He was just a son to a father who greatly relied on his son to be the backbone of the family. David Trigg was on a holiday to his hometown, unprepared to face the consequence. The consequence was the most brutal death any man could ever think of. He was just not murdered. His death in itself was not enough to satisfy the hatred that they have towards the community. He was a lad from Langza village. He worked in Mumbai for several years. Coming home to spend time with his family for a vacation, he was unprepared, utterly unprepared. On the night of the 3rd May, the state of Manipur was completely divided between the Meiteis and the Kuki-Zo Mizo communities. David Treat was innocent. He was an innocent lad and belonged to the community that was hated to the core. He was just innocent. He was just an innocent person defending his village. There's nothing more that is expected from him than just defending his village and his family and his people. The killing of David Marr was one of the most brutal, ferocious, and barbaric incidents that had ever happened. His head was decapitated, hung on a fence, and laughed and mocked at. His eyes were gored out. His both hands were amputated. His skin was ripped off. He was made to suffer until he could no longer exert any sound. And we stand in solidarity for him. David Trigma, we could never forget. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tara and the Twitter warriors. Thank you so much. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, it is not only these atrocities that we face, there is so much more going on. These are the supreme atrocities that we face. So now, I want to say it is the time for crying because of the pain the Métis and the state government give us. But we should not end by crying. There is so much more. Crying is not the solution, right? Fighting is the solution. Fighting the atrocities that have been done to us, fighting the injustices that have been done to us. This is only the solution. Crying and accepting what has been done to us is not the solution, brothers and sisters. We are Kukijo, we are Indian citizens, we deserve being an Indian citizen, calling an Indian citizen, not what people just see us, not what people see us as, people don't see us as who we are. So we have to prove by ourselves that we are Indian citizens. We are not what people define us. We are what defined by ourselves and our forefathers and what our generations we will give them to. Okay, thank you, brothers and sisters. Now, coming over to our next program, ladies and gentlemen, we have a brother more than a brother. Whom do you guess? A very Twitter warrior, a brother more than a brother. So we have Arijit Bishwas, the Cookie Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, big applause for our brother more than a brother. If there are any words of relationship to call him more than a brother, I call him that, right? There's no words in how to thank for what he's done for us, what he has been through for us because of that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And also, I, on behalf of all the people, request him to further go on till we get our justice, the justice that we deserve, union territory with legislatures. Thank you.
Thank you. How are you all? Like, it's not good? We will be good. You know, like once we are together, we will be good. And I don't understand this division right now. That's why I came to speak about unity. What we need to do right now is to... Thank you. What I feel right now, these names are just unimportant. Important is survival. Because when a bullet hits you, it doesn't understand that you are a Cookie, Mizo, Chin, Zomi. It doesn't give a fuck. You know, simply it hits you, it kills you. That's the thing. And when I started this journey, I saw what is happening out there. It's not a plaything to do, you know, like, okay, this is my house, I'll keep it for mine, and this is yours. It's not going to happen anymore because they will not understand whose house it is. They just come and burn it, right? So, I don't think there's no use of using these terms. Chin, Cookie, Mizo, Hama. Why? Ma. Sorry. Mizo, Ma, right? I don't feel it, you know, like I don't feel it because when someone is attacking you and you are going one by one, it's impossible to defeat a big force. right? Right. So, if we are together, like all of us, it's difficult to defeat us. It's no rocket science. Everyone knows that, right? When we go to fight, usually, when we are not mad, we don't go alone. We go with a gang. So we need our gang together. It's no use. Your name, my name, everything will go in drain, you know. If I'm shot, and I will not have a chance to speak to you again. So, will happen to you, right? So I think that's what I was feeling. Even last night I was speaking to some, and unity is the most important thing right now. I think we should forget every name we got in the book. Get a name from Mars. How about it? Then use it. Let's see how they fight us. Right? If we don't have any identity on which we can be proud on, then obviously we can be together. We don't have anything which is individual to us. That's what is needed right now. If you want to survive, we have to unite. And about humanity, humanity will survive if we unite. If you don't, humanity will not survive. Because right now, what I'm seeing in Imphal is not humanity. You know, people killing people off, burning babies. It's not humanity. So humanity is already losing it. So you have to stand together. Maybe humanity have a chance. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, our dearest brother more than a brother. We call upon Unapa Beamwan Naisial for slogan shouting.
Hello. Slogan sabna ne ni ulan ngai thi to bin ki ko som ni mo o nei tengina stop human right violation kan chi chang ina against cookie zone. Oh, stop human right violation. Na placard stop flag dekha li kom zelu no. Stop human right violation. Again. Stop human right violation. Stop human right violation. Don't protect cookies from Kachichangina anti-national maintain. Oh, protect cookies from. Protect cookies from. Louder. Protect cookies from. Stop human right violation. Protect cookies from. Louder. Protect cookies from. Protect cookies from. Separate administration. Separate administration. Louder. Separate administration. Stop human right violation. Protect cookies from. Protect cookies from. Separate administration. Separate administration. Stop genocide in Manipur. Oh. Stop genocide in Manipur. Stop genocide in Manipur. Separate administration. Separate administration. Stop genocide in Manipur. Manipur government stop attacking More. Oh. Manipur government. Stop attacking More. Manipur government. Stop attacking More. Louder. Manipur government. Stop attacking More. Human rights violation. Louder. Stop human rights violation. Stop human rights violation. Protect cookies from. Protect cookies from. Separate administration. Separate administration. Stop genocide. Manipur government. Lanka from embracing government. Oh. Save Lanka from embracing government. Save More from embracing government. Save Kambopi from embracing government. Save Lanka from embracing government. Louder. Save More from embracing government. Save Kambopi from embracing government. Stop human rights violation. Stop human rights violation. Protect Kukizo from. Protect Kukizo from. Separate administration. Louder. Separate administration. Separate administration. Which you are to low Parliament and central government and Delhi they to take top swine go you more. Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Separate administration! Manipur government! Manipur government! Save Lanka from! Save More from! Save Kambopi from! NPSC! NPSC! Sarazawa! Sarazawa! Rabbi David! Rabbi David! May they live! May they live! NPSC! NPSC! Stop human rights violation! Stop human rights violation! Protect cookies zone from! Protect cookies zone from! Separate administration! Louder! Separate administration! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Manipur government! Stop attacking More. Manipur government! Manipur government! Save Lanka from! Save More from! Save Kambopi from! NPSC! NPSC! Saradova! Saradova! NPSC! Rabbi Tango! May they live! Rabbi Tango! Mera Gavi! Rabbi Tango! May they live! NPSC! NPSC! Stop human rights violation! Protect cookies zone from! Separate administration! Stop genocide! Manipur government! Manipur government! Manipur government! Save Lanka from! Louder! Save Kambopi from! Save More from! NPSC! NPSC! May they live! May they live! Rabbi Tango! May they live! NPSC! Saradava! Saradava! Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Biak. Volunteers, please make sure that he gets some drinking water immediately. A lot of you have been asking where the donation boxes are. So they are towards my right, towards the right of the stage. You can find them here. So anybody who wishes to donate, whether in kind or in cash, they can just come up here and give their donation.
Now we would like to call upon Dr. Maya John, who is a women's rights activist. Dr. Maya, we welcome you. Yay!
Please allow me to begin what I would like to share with all of you. First with a slogan that many people's movements, that many struggles have often echoed. I will say the people united, and please follow it by saying, shall always be victorious. The people united
shall always be victorious.
The people united
Shall always be victorious.
Friends, I have heard carefully the many speakers, the many I'd like to place before you as a concerned citizen of this country, as an ally, as a person who's come in solidarity with your movement and against the struggle against the humanitarian crisis in Manipur for so many months. Please, observations, not only as an activist, but also as a historian who has been researching and writing on the Northeast. Of course, all of us know that the experiences that have been shared with us, that we ourselves have survived and lived through, are experiences of tremendous amount of torture, of people being maimed, of molestation, of rapes, all of which are horrendous experiences which are linked to, literally speaking, an accident of birth. People just happen to be born in certain communities and becoming a target of such brutality. Friends, the speakers before me have highlighted some very important aspects of this entire crisis. Please allow me to emphasize an aspect which I think, a dimension which I think you are all aware of, but perhaps is not in the mainstream, is not that prominent in our discussions, in our deliberations. What is this perspective? What is this dimension? Speaking as a historian, speaking as a researcher on this area, the Northeast, it is a fact. It is a fact, historically speaking, that there is a difference in the way in which state institutions, the way in which society has evolved in the hill areas of the Northeast, including Manipur, and in the valley, such as in the Imphal Valley. And what has happened is that these differences in the institutions have increasingly been ethnicized, and ethnicized by the Indian state, protecting certain kinds of interests. Friends, let us look at our hill areas from which many of you belong. What is the reality? Currently, this conflict has seen this one claim keep coming up, keep emerging, which is that, Metai people, they will get access to the land of the hills. The reality, my friends, is that what are those hill areas? What are those hill districts actually like? Historically speaking, we have seen those districts in Manipur see a lag in development. Be this in terms of basic facilities like schools, universities, hospitals, roads, infrastructure. Be it even in terms of the productivity of the land. It is very difficult, given the terrain in the hill areas, to make the land continuously available for cultivation. These difficult tracts of land, with not that many roads, with not that many schools, with not that many universities, with not that many public funded hospitals. Is that actually what the ordinary common Mithai wants to make his homeland or a new space to live? I think the picture is more complex, especially when we look at the fact that the most common average Mithai are small marginal peasants, like many of our own brethren in the hill communities. Will these Mithais with small strips of land in the valley actually have access? Will actually have access to the resources to buy lands in the hills? No, they will not. And neither are the hills areas of great productivity. What the hills really are, the hill districts, are areas rich in natural resource. They are rich in natural resources like semi-precious metals, mines, timber. And whose interest is it actually in gaining access to those areas? It's the corporate interests. It's the corporate power that wants access to forest goods, that wants access to the natural resources in these areas of Manipur, in the hill districts. Quickly, my friends, I'm a teacher, so this allow me some time to elaborate certain things that you're somewhere aware of. What I want to point out is that several state governments of Manipur, several central governments of this country have worked consciously towards allowing private big companies, including foreign companies, corporate powers, to gain a foothold in precisely these resource-rich areas of Manipur and continuously fuel a crisis and antagonism between common, impoverished sections of the Mithai community and the hill community, and ethnicizing the conflict continuously. Look at the amendments of various laws in India, the forest laws, which make it easier for big corporate powers to gain access to our forests without any cost and impact assessment. Look at the way in which big dams, energy units, electricity units are being developed. Who benefits from this? Who gets a share of that development? We all know the real story. Let's look at an example. The Loktak Lake, 40 kilometers from Imphal city. To common Mithai people who often don't earn enough, they often have same salary or same source of income as many of us here. Are they able to afford even one night stay in Loktak Lake Resort? What happened some time back to Loktak Lake? The traditional fishing community was displaced from there. Their huts, their livelihoods, their dependence on the lake was destroyed. Who gains? Who gains? It's a very select section of the Mithai community. It's big corporate powers that gain. And not us, not the average. The common Mithai people are simply made the face of corporate design, backed by the Indian government and also the state government. Colleagues, dear friends, what I would like to say is, in this context, it becomes our duty to convince everyone, to convince more and more people that this is not actually a conflict between the common Mithai masses and between the common hill communities. I would like to end with saying that we need to build a much stronger struggle, a united struggle, one struggle that of course brings forward the demand of decentralization, a demand that actually gives power to the people. This is a traditional structure. People used to self-govern themselves, and hence those structures need to be reinserted. We need more democracy, we need more decentralization. So many of your demands are very crucial demands. And they would sync with all struggling people throughout India who want a share in decision making, who want a share in deciding how policies will be made that will affect their lives. Let us build that type of democracy. Let us build power that is actually giving decision-making power to ordinary people. Let us decolonize what democracy really means in India, and let us, my friends, build a joint struggle. a joint struggle of the whole community where Metais, where Cookies, where all Hay communities live their life in solidarity and can actually build a future, a common future that will be the only way in which we will achieve lasting peace. Please echo this slogan with me. I will say lasting peace. You will say the solution is the road to justice. Lasting peace requires... Thank you.
Thank you, sister. My apology because we are out of time. We have to cut short the momentum. But thank you. In the future, we'll get in touch for all the coming up rallies also. Now, going over to our next program. Do you know how many looted guns in Manipur have gone? We don't know, right? But here we have a very prominent figure who petitioned about the Manipur arms looted in Supreme Court. We have Agnostus Kiosk. Kindly, just 2 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening. It's very sad that in a state in our country there's a civil war raging, but we need to adhere to time because at 5 o'clock, we should wind up according to Delhi police. So many people have died, so many injured, so many left displaced, but we should wind up at time. When I was entering here, a Delhi police constable, I think, he stopped me saying, "Are you going to the Manipur protest?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Nahi, why are you going? It doesn't concern you." So I want to remind that constable or whoever he was and every person who instructed him that it concerns me because I am a citizen of India. It concerns every citizen of India because this is a matter about India, not just Manipur. To that person, I want to ask, do you see any other flag here? Well, I would have loved to see a Palestine flag here today, but there is only Indian flags and there are only Indians here. And to that policeman, I want to remind you that the arms which have been stolen, 5,600 sophisticated, including AK-47s, machine gun carbines, these are the arms which you use, which the army use, 15,000, almost 15,000 bombs and 6.5 lakh plus bullets. Today, those same arms and ammunition are being used not just on civilians, but also on policemen and army personnel. And I'm surprised that how the administration, whether it's the local or the central, has allowed this to happen. Somebody spoke earlier that there have been other riots. I call them engineered riots, but there have been riots which have gone for 3 days, 4 days. Here it's 6 months. And just a few days ago, an army man on vacation was abducted at gunpoint from his home and shot dead. This is what we brought the country to. It makes my heart bleed. Literally, it makes my heart bleed. The naked parade which shamed not just every Indian citizen, but every global citizen. One of the ladies, it should not happen to anyone, but one of the women was the wife of an army man who served this country in Kargil. And he was forced to say that I saved the nation, but I could not save my own wife. This is what we made this country come down to. We made it a joke. This needs to be taken up by every Indian. I want to do another gathering on Sunday because Sunday is convenient for everyone. So Sunday, 5th November, 10 a.m. Let us all gather here, and I want to ask every Indian who is concerned to come here and speak about this cause, take up this cause, and we spend the whole day talking about the matters which concern India. We spoke about justice. I am fed up of having walls of remembrance. The 1984 genocide, I was 6-year-old, I saw what happened. And just 2 days back, I was with some army personnel who said that they were deployed and they saw the horrible scenes which left a trauma in them. Today, Manipur is living that trauma. And it just is not about Manipur. These incidents leave a trauma for successive generations. So we need to make this an example and make this the last genocide ever. So I want to also take this platform to say to every person who has in their power and who has the responsibility to stop this genocide to immediately take action. And let's end with a small slogan. I'll say something and I want us all to repeat together. What I'm going to say is that peace in Manipur, peace in India, peace in Gaza, peace in the world. Will you all say it out with me? Peace in Manipur. I couldn't hear you. Peace in Manipur. Peace in Manipur. Peace in Manipur. Peace in Manipur. So together we'll now say peace in Manipur. Peace in Manipur. Peace in India. Peace in India. Peace in Gaza. Peace in Gaza. Peace in the world. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू फिरोज जी, आप जो काम करते हैं और जितना भी आपने किया आपके स्पीच के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. A quick announcement, all the placards that we're holding, all the placards, we would like all of you to, after the program, we would like all of them to be gathered, as in you all can keep it here in the front. And now we are going to have our closing song, Light Up Your Candle. And while the song, from the beginning till the end, we would like to request all of you to turn on the torch in your mobile phones and a bit of waving, a bit of moving. Also, thank you all for turning up, for the donations, in time, in cash, for your time, for your effort. It's a Friday, but the turn up has been awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
Also, just a moment. After the song, we'll have a mass prayer led by Reverend Tomin Thang Hauke. Alright, so Reverend Tomin Thang Hauke will be having a closing prayer and also will be singing the national anthem.
You can wave your phone and I'll sing this song. Hello, check.
An announcement during the song, there will be a donation box brought by the volunteers. Whatever we can contribute, please let's contribute for the cause, because we'll have upcoming rallies organized by the same organizers. Thank you.
There is a candle
In every soul.
in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his glow.
Give me your candle.
Carry your candle, run through the darkness, seek out the hope We are a family whose hearts are blazing. So lift your candle and light up the sky. Light up the sky. Pray to our Father. Pray to our Father. In the name of Jesus. Make us beacon in darkest Make us a beacon in darkest time. Carry your candle, run through the darkness, sing out God help us. Confuse and torn. Confuse and torn. Hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your
As we remain standing, let us pray to the one and living God. Our Heavenly Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we praise your name. Your love endures forever. We are privileged to know you, the living God, who creates and rules the world. Nothing is hidden from you. You are fully righteous and perfect. We love you because you first loved us. You came in this world in the form of human being, Jesus Christ. You died on the cross for the sins of the world. You gave your precious life so that we may have eternal life. Father, at this moment, we pray for our land and our people. You know the situation we are in, the problems and hardships we face. Have mercy on us, O Lord. Speak to the people who are in authority so that we get justice. May peace prevail in Manipur. May your name be glorified in our land. May the cries of the mothers and the children be heard. We know that you hear and listen to our honest prayers. Even at this grave moment, when we seek for shelter and protection in More, we believe you will not fail us. In the most precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, we ask. Amen.
Brothers and sisters, we are proud Indians. हम इस महान भारत देश के नागरिक हैं, देशवासी हैं. We respect our national flag. Brothers and sisters, we are going to end our program by singing our national anthem. अपने राष्ट्रगान के लिए we will stand in attention. राष्ट्रगान के लिए हम खड़े होंगे, गाएंगे. And please, na flag teuka hoy takina na koy diwa na nalukute pasalte nalukute lakya wale pasalte hepi takin nalukute la nakhe diwa. And we respect our national flag. We are proud Indians. National anthem is a demo. In attention, please. जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ जल बंगाल विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाए तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे। One last slogan, जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद।
Kind attention, please. Please keep the placards, the flags in front of the stage. Kind attention, please. All the placards and all the flags, please kindly come and put in front of the stage.
Thank you so much for
All the
coming.
volunteers, please don't scatter. Kind attention,
Thank you
please.
so much.
Don't put the flag and the placard on the ground. Come and put it on the stage. Come and put it on the stage.
You're given. Yeah. Just do again once.
Volunteers are requested to check for any placards or flags lying on the ground. Volunteers are requested to check placards and flags lying on the ground.
Clap your hand now. Live, live. This is live. Live, we do it.
Volunteers, you're requested to return the badges that was given out. Please come and submit near the stage.
Click take away since oh có nghĩa là cậu thằng kia nữa à bọn này nó kia là gì anh ấy coi chút à cái pin sẽ cái là lo cho tụi mắm đấy na cartoon box sẽ tụi mắm đấy na cartoon box sẽ nó rồi live and live
To all the volunteers, we really appreciate helping out. Please stay till the end. To all the volunteers, kindly help us to roll up all the carpets and also in arranging the chairs. All the volunteers, please do not leave yet. We are here to roll up all the carpets and the chairs. We need to dismantle the stage as well. We need your help.
Volunteer team khan na back sile asti san sabni din ki volunteer back sile asti sa pagi amo relief material cho tapi kayo relief material cho volunteer te khan na kailo in tinggal lawa ko